Hello guys and welcome once again, it's Meexington here. Today's video I'm just going to go through some simple runes that you could get. I'm only going to really show you one rune page that you could get for any jungle. This is going to work on any jungle at all. It might not be optimal for every jungle, but these are the ones that you should start off by getting. Now first and foremost we come to the most important one in my opinion, and that's the Greater Seal of Resilience. This one gives you 1.41 armor, and you can have 9 of them, so it's a maximum of 12.69, and it's rounded up to 13. So the reason I rate this one as the most important one is that you take less damage from the jungle minions, and most teams you play nowadays with the meta that's going on, there's normally someone top that does AD damage, there's normally someone in the jungle that does AD damage, and there's normally a bot lane that does AD damage. So it's really efficient to have these because it's a stat that you can use and it'll be efficient against 3 of the enemy players. And as I said, this one can be used in all junglers, so you just have to buy 9 and then that's you. You won't ever need another yellow rune again unless they bring out something crazy, which I don't see happening. And a good thing as well is that it's cheap. It's only 205 per one, so that's 1845 for an entire rune page. And once you buy the 9, that's you forever, as I said. Now moving on to the next rune, this next one is the Greater Mark of Alicitry. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Each one of these runes gives you 1.7% attack speed, and you can have a maximum of 9 of these, so that's 15.3% rounded down to 15%. The reason you get these should be pretty obvious. Faster jungle clears and more damage output. These are optimal on people like the good Dr. Mundo, Nautilus, Maokai, Shen, Skarner. Now that should be obvious reasons why they're predominantly good on them. Mundo because he's already got the massive AD steroid with his E. Nautilus because he's got steroid with his W and it hits in an AoE cone in front of him. Maokai because if you're doing cants with him and you're spamming his spells while you're attacking the big monster of the camp, they normally die at the same time, which is really nice and it just increases your jungle speed. Shen because of his passive and Skarner because of his passive as well. Now the downside of this rune is that one of them costs the same as 2 yellow ones, which is why I've made it the second priority, because yeah, it's nice to do extra damage, but it costs a hell of a lot more than just to have your yellow ones, and the yellow ones help you a lot in the jungle as well. Now moving on to the next rune, this is where player's choice comes in. I'm just going to show you this one and then I'm going to show you another very similar one. So this one's really up to you on the decision on what one you're going to take. So the first one is the Greater Glyph of Warding. This gives you a flat 1.34 magic resist. You can have a maximum of 9 of these, so that gives you a total of 12.06 and it's rounded down to 12. This one is really good for gank heavy junglers like Alistar and Nautilus, etc, people who don't normally just farm the jungle and let their gold per 5 build up, things like that. People who are actively in the lanes, who normally get mobility boots and just try and really be a pain in the ass to the enemy. Now the reason you want this on the ganking junglers is the fact that you get the full 12 magic resist at level 1, increasing your beefiness, which is really good. Because if you want to gank mid's normally the AP, so if the gank goes wrong they'll chunk you down, or if the gank goes well they'll still do some damage to you. So it's really nice to have these just to mitigate some of that damage. I've put these runes at a priority 3, which means these are the third priority you should get. The next rune is also priority 3, but the next rune is also a blue one. So as I said, it's really your choice on what you want to do, but I'll still give my opinion on which one I think's better. The next glyph we're looking at is the same as the last one but slightly different. This one still gives magic resist, but this one scales on level. So you start off getting 0.15 magic resist, and that's only a measly 1.35 at level 1, which is obviously rounded down to just an extra 1 magic resist. Now you're probably sitting there thinking, wait, hold on Meeks, why the hell should I get this when I can get the one that gives me 12 at level 1? The reason is, like I said, it scales with levels, so by the time you hit level 10, the 2 of them break even, which means at level 10 both of them will give you 12 magic resist, but every level after that, the Glyph of Shielding still gives you more magic resist, and it leads up to 12, another 12, so that's 24 extra magic resist at level 18. This is optimal on farming jungles like Shyvana, Mundo, and champions who you just want to get a fast level 6 with, like Warwick, or if you're going Skarner and you wanted a fast level 6, people who like that, because by the time you get your level 6, you've already got a good amount of magic resist, and it's just a couple more levels before it actually breaks even with the other one. The last rune we're going to look at is the Greater Quintessence of Resilience. Now these, you only get 3 of them, but they're really strong compared to the normal glyphs. Every single one of these gives 4.26 armor. You have a maximum of 3, so that's an extra 12.78 armor, and that's rounded up to 13. Just like the seals, it just reinforces what the seals already started. Take less jungle from damage. Most teams have got an AD damage top, jungle, and bottom, and this is optimal on supporting jungles. Now, there's other runes that are good for aggressive junglers like Lee Sin and things like that, people who need the damage. But I just put this one in because this can be used on Lee Sin as well, and it's really not bad on him at all. The cost is 1025 per one, so that's a maximum of 3075 for a full page. Now I put these on priority 4 because you've already got your yellows, which are really cheap, so that really sets things in motion, and this just reinforces what they've already started. So if you've gotten this far and I've not bored you to death, you probably want to see what your final rune page is going to look like. So this first rune page is just the one with the flat magic resist, so it gives you 15 attack speed, 25 armor, and 12 magic resist. And the final cost of this is 10,455 influence points. Now, people think that you have to buy separate runes for each page, but no, you just have to get 9 of the runes, and then that's it. You can use them on all of your pages. And this next page is just the one with the magic resist per level. So if you're sitting here thinking, should I buy runes? Hell yes, it's going to make a massive difference to your game. But one thing to note is, I wouldn't suggest buying runes until you're level 20, because that way you get access to the tier 3 runes. So if you're under level 20, don't even think about buying runes. You could save for them, so as soon as you hit level 20 you're going to have a massive advantage between everybody else around your level range. So this was just a quick video. I'll try to make it as quick as I can. But I just touched on some of the runes. I could talk for hours and hours and hours on runes, just like I could with every other video. So I found it really hard to bite my tongue, but I think we're on 7 minutes now. Yeah, 7 minutes. Sorry I couldn't make it a bit shorter, but hell, I give. So if you enjoyed this or this helped you at all, you can subscribe if you like. I'm going to be putting out some more League videos. You could also check me out over at doublebuff.net, where I release my videos over there, and it's just a really great community to help new players get set up and to increase their enjoyment of the game. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.